everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for October 30th, 2020, Friday. One more day, All Hallows Eve, tomorrow on Saturday. You ever notice that you might look at yourself and come to this conclusion that we're always looking for something. We want to find the right teacher, but in actuality, each of us are the right teacher. The right teacher is where and what you are. Person, place, or thing is not the right teacher. Never has been. But we seek it, we search it. We want to find the right teacher, and we all along are the right teacher. Gather all your courage and take a jump. Even the dewdrop slipping from a lotus leaf trembles for the moment, tries to hang on a little more, because he can see the ocean. Once he has fallen from the lotus leaf, he is gone. Yes, in a way, you will not be, just as a dewdrop dissolves into the ocean. Each of us will be gone, but it is not lost. We will be oceanic, and all other oceans are limited. The ocean of existence is unlimited. Oh, yeah. When we continually look at ourselves as separate, because of the illusion that we look at our bodies and say, well, here I am in this body, and here are all these others in their bodies. How can we not be separate? Everything is separate, right? From what we view. Are you connected to everyone on this planet? Can you feel others from thousands of miles away? Most don't understand that because they are not consciously aware of it. This is about the journey within. We're staying within in that journey the whole time in our existence. We are literally connected with each other. We are like one grand ocean of energy consciousness that appears to form itself as separate, individuated droplets of ocean water. And look at this through your heart minds, through the motion picture. Upon seeing the totality of our existence, it is blatantly obvious that we are operating under the energy source together. There is one common goal for all mankind. This goal is to merge and be unified with the divine God source. We are here to experience our true vastness, totally being the all-loving, ever-present cosmic ocean. It is apparent how clinging to any one thought of individuated separation is where all of mankind feelings of powerlessness, poverty, and suffering begins and ends. And I think this quote from Nestor-Gadada is a really good one. Let go of the idea that you are not aware of yourself as the ever-present, changeless, inexpressible reality. We are the ones responsible for creating the illusory experience that we are all connected, all disconnected. And everything is needed and perfect in our world. Even the wonderful illusion of separation is needed so as later we can create an experience of unification. This is what we're doing now. to finally unify mankind. You may find that when you accept these deepest illusions, hardest feelings, and most challenging pools of separation consciousness that we are swimming in, we can one day relax and float downstream, merging back into the great ocean. We're always connected with one omnipresent self. We are the single God source that is weaving its ways through everything and everyone. It's just that the mind gets in the way and wants something. It wants to be special, loved, appreciated, and accepted by the world. Most people don't believe this in their hearts, and thus unknowingly cling to the known, trying to heal, liberate, or enlighten themselves through holding to certain thoughts and ways of thinking about life. And when the mind becomes narrowed down any one path for too long, it becomes fixated and tight, like a closed book, and cannot receive the new insights and abundance it could grow into. One of the most enlightening truths we can handle is the one that greatly increases our power, wisdom, inner peace, creating into reality or manifesting ability. As we evolve closer to the exotic, universal truth of who and what we really are, the universe bestows greater gifts and more beautiful manifestations for us to accept and enjoy. The tricky part is that many of us tend to hold tight onto ideas of the past and the future. What we think we know feels comforting, especially when met with the great ocean of unknowns. Most enlightened and highest experience of mankind can tap into is one that cannot be captured by the mind. Yet it reveals itself naturally and spontaneously when the mind is truly at rest and ease, like the feeling we might get from a spontaneous breeze on a hot summer day. If we soften our hearts, quiet our minds, and become deeply receptive, we can relax into it and deeply enjoy it. The head alone is not enough. It is too small of a container to take in the outrageous experience of enlightenment. The greatest experiences can only be absorbed with an open heart, and somehow I dropped off there for a moment. That's not unusual, I guess, at this point. When we devote our life to quieting the mind and opening our heart to the divine source, we can feel, see, and know our real self. And a lot of us ask this, what is our real self? Is it that part of you who feels deeply, intimately connected with everyone and everything? It is so vast that it also has room for the experience that we are small, powerless, separated beings stuck in small pools of individuated consciousness. Yet it is so much more. The real self is omnipresent, vast as the endless oceans, extremely bright, beautiful, and so powerful that it instantly consumes all the other versions we make up of what reality is. Now, when you come across people who are, and they're at the beginning, they're beginning to discover. and the beginner. Just a small warning to the beginners out there on the spiritual path. It can be quite challenging to just choose to step out of your old self and into this experience of being one with the ocean, because everyone around you won't agree or understand what you're going through. We've learned to lean on society for an understanding of who, what we are, collectively. We, mankind, have spent the past 2,000 plus years attempting to reconnect with this oneness through religion, because we have completely forgotten that we are already permanently connected to the God source. We are already, always have been, always will be, permanently connected to the God source. We have what you would call spiritual amnesia, caused by a societal mind that was buried under the illusion that we are like swine, when in truth we are divine. Seeing through this great misunderstanding, we can be liberated from our collective consciousness. We can be free from all suffering, just like how the great masters have done through the ages. This collective awakening is part of the greater plan of our planet's spiritual evolution. As long as this belief in separation is the main way our society operates, we must each rebel against the norm if we are to ever find spiritual freedom. The belief system that we are not one being is the main reason why there is still war, poverty, and environmental destruction on this planet. There still remains a belief that we are disconnected. And this belief is always being projected, emanating from everybody's mind around you. What everyone believes you are most likely becomes what you believe is true as well. It's safe to say that every single one of us have met in life has been overly identified with this idea of a separate self, ego, and most likely will fight for upholding the belief in our separation until the very end. It takes a very clear mind, a courageous heart, and a determined soul to break free from the matrix of illusions the society is casting over our eyes. Observe the mind when thoughts come. Ask, to whom do these thoughts come to? Always watch, witness, and observe. Do not get caught in the thought. Just surrender. Robert Adams. To be free from societal programming, we must first be free from our ego. For our ego to even exist at all, it must hold firm onto some belief in its separate nature. If it doesn't do this, it will feel very lost, confused, and afraid, and eventually give up. The ego must believe that it is a separate somebody rather than an omnipresent nobody. It's been trained to believe it is a drop of water and not the entire ocean as well. This individuated approach to life has a great payoff of creating a feeling of power, control, and direction in life. And without the ego, we might believe that all our outcomes and manifestations show up because we are the universe. And the universe is making everything happen. And without the ego, we would only have a feeling of love, abundance, true empowerment, and real inner peace in this life. The greatest truth of that we can find is going to be the one that liberates us from this limited, contracted mind ego. The truth that frees our spirit is the one that brings forth the deepest feeling of joy into the lives of everyone around us. And this truth is found from intimately knowing our real selves, our permanent, unbounded, infinite spiritual nature. Only from exploring what it feels like to be at one with the ocean of life can we be free. And this exploration is what leads us to find full self-realization and true liberation in the end. Now you can try a radical experiment with your life right now. I invite you to relax into this idea and feeling that you are separate from the universe right now. And rest deeply into the feeling that you are not at the core of the God source right now. Start with becoming very curious about this idea. Feel into what it actually means until you make friends with it. The goal would be to let yourself completely melt into the feeling of separation and have zero resistance to it. Now, with a little practice, you may discover what it's like to be connected within your experience of separation. And the most healing, loving, magical, empowering source in the universe is in everything. So it's also in this experience of separation. And the more you can relax into it, the more you open your heart and quiet your mind to find that the experience of deep separation dissolves itself naturally on its own accord. And within the core of separation, we will discover the most profound, powerful, unstoppable, and intimate direct connection to this pure channel of intelligent conscious energy that breathes our very core. To just dive into the deepest root of all your problems, all your faults, self-criticisms, and personal issues. These are where you feel the most separate and disturbed. Don't wait until it's the right time to do it. As many of us do that, we try to wait until it's the right time to do it. Just relax into them every day, whenever and wherever you are. Make it the number one priority of your life, this life, to find this loving divine connection that is already here. And trust that it is already here, even if you cannot find it right away. Act as if you were being held like a newborn baby in the most loving, caring mother's arms by simply resting into this feeling of separation. You will make amazing progress on your spiritual path in a matter of minutes. You are the supreme being. And yet, thinking yourself to be separate from it, you strive to become united with it. What is stranger than this? Ramana Maharishi. When one begins their spiritual path, there is this feeling that who we are is more unreal than real. What I mean by this is that it can be shocking to discover that what we thought were our entire lives is not real. We truly have no clue as to who and what we really are. We are that which is beyond what the mind can understand. We are like the infinite edges of the most massive movie screen you can imagine, which has no end to the colorful creative possibilities it could contain. Our freedom comes from knowing our undefinable nature. And when we realize that we are more like a bank or a blank, we are more like a blank, multi-dimensional creative canvas, and not all the scenes and stories from the grand film, something inside of us feels very vast and free. Sit back and take a good look at your life. Take one evening to investigate all the wonderful, horrific, typical, unusual, and peak states from your life. Notice if they sum up everything about who and what you are. Is there anything more than this? Ask yourself, what is my real self? Who am I without all these experiences? Do I still exist without these memories? And if so, what exactly is that? Our real self is beyond the greatest mystery anyone could explore. We are much more amazing and magical than this separated mind ego. We are bigger than all the life experiences that are projected onto us and into us. We are also much more than the pure witness, awareness, and consciousness. We are the totality of it all. We are that which life gets to play, dance, and sing all of itself through. And the separate, limited suffering self is a comfortable habit, one that can be dropped by simply knowing how to stop identifying with it. You are neither consciousness nor its content. You are the timeless source, the supreme reality. Trust in that. Nisargadatta. The discovery of the real self is a profound spiritual exploration. The realization of who we truly are is a timeless experience that eventually becomes the death of our ego and the beginning of real freedom. And ironically, it is our deepest, innermost battle for freedom, our resistance to total surrender, that perpetuates the ego. And when we stop fighting, we begin clearly seeing. The truth is revealed when there is no more need to push, pull, prove, or fight for anything. When we stop the struggle against what is, the ego's clouded existence drops and something greater enlightens our way. As long as we continue to pursue this life, thinking we are only a separate being, limited in power, limited in love, limited in abundance and self-expression, we will get attached to goals, thinking they will make us happy. Be very careful not to think that these limited ideas have anything to do with who you are. The concepts of ownership, my life, my body, my thoughts, my stuff, my reality, and my mind are the only thing perpetuating our human experiences of suffering. Drop these ideas and see what is left. Nothing is actually yours, and everything is yours when you realize your real self. There is no more need for the feeling of possession when you see that we are infinite spiritual beings already ultimately connected to everything. Why would we need to attain something when we already feel connected with it? Desires only form out of separation. When we sit and meditate on who we are, looking deep within inside ourselves, eventually the mind will become quiet. When this occurs, we experience the truth that we are eternal beings, filled with a great love, a great magic and lightness. And by knowing this inside, we naturally start living it. We really don't have to be afraid of letting go and trusting our real selves. The one source will move us, guide us, and shape our minds to reconnect with the hearts and souls of everyone. Living from this space, we finally reach a sense of peace with everything in our lives. Every day we wake up and begin practicing being as vast and unlimited as the great infinite universe we are surrounded by. By playing an active role in life, living out this realization in the sea of people around you, then something dawns on you that you are truly free. And when you see the world clearly, that everything is an expression of you, the real self, you stop hearing what you don't want to hear. You stop seeing what you don't want to see. And you stop feeling what you don't want to feel. And your mind is only fixated on the brilliant diamond of consciousness that it's found. You realize that the world is your mirror. Everyone is always reflecting back to you who you are. If you see an unhappy person, that person is inside you. When you're truly enlightened, the experience of the divine awakening being begins showing up in everyone in the most interesting ways. You are in an ever-flowing river of gratitude all day long, all night long, all morning long. So become courageous on this path. Take the risk to meditate and quiet your mind all day long. Soon, you'll come to know that what it means to be self-realized. And remember to love yourself. Worship yourself. Pray to yourself. Devote your life to yourself. Find joy in yourself, because God dwells in you as you. Robert Adams. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies, head to toe, inside and out. Every speck of stress, tension, anxiety, fear, release it. Surrender to it. You know, it's like, hey, fear, come on in. Let me give you a big hug. All right? Hey, guys, come on in. I open the door. Come on in. And you surrender to it all. The body will respond. I'll guarantee you that. And it'll let go. Everything. And it'll relax. Deeply. And as we do this with the body, it's no different than what we do with ourselves. We relax. We surrender to all the things that we fear and push away. And once we do this, they all disappear. So as the body responds, we move into the now. And the now is all there is. There's no past, because the past we have already walked through. We walked through the past when it was the now. There is no future, because we only create the future in the now. So the now is absolute, moment to moment, the space between heartbeats. It is all there is, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. How do you stay in the now? Truly so. How do you stay in the now? Your breath. As we breath in through the nose easily, breath out through the mouth easily, taking the breath in is divine positive energy. Focusing on the breath keeps us in the now. You can do that anytime. You could be around people, you could be walking, you could be doing anything. If you feel that you're slipping off of the now, wandering into the past or the future, focus on your breathing, and you'll be back into the now. And the now stills the ego and the mind. It stills the subconscious. All that noise, all that chatter is no more in the now. And our breath focuses on the now. Have you ever heard of breath yesterday, breath tomorrow? So as we focus on the now through our breath, space between heartbeats in the now, we have our divine positive energy, our breath, that we're focused on. This is divine positive energy because it sustains the vessel that the kingdom of God is within. Also, we have our God force energy, our chi, our ki, our prana. And we bring this up through 7 energy vortexes, all different colors, wheels of light. All different flower shapes in each one. All with different geometrical shapes within the centers. So we take this divine positive energy, our breath, and our God force energy, and we begin to move it up through the center of our bodies to the tops of our heads, and we start with the red wheel of light, the Muladhara, the Root Chakra. Career, money, mindset, and sense of belonging. Represents our foundation and feeling of being in the now. Its location is the base of the spine and the tailbone area. Our emotional issues, our survival issues, such as financial independence, money, and food. Our physical association, spine, rectum, legs, arms, circulatory system. And then we move to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana, sexuality and pleasure. It is our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. It's located in our lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. The emotional issues are our sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. Our physical association, reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, immune system. And then we move this divine positive energy, God force energy, chi, to our golden yellow wheel of light, solar plexus chakra, Manipura, personal power, ability to channel. It is our ability to be confident and in the flow, in the now of our lives. It is in the upper abdomen and the stomach area. And our emotional issues with this solar plexus chakra, self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. And the physical association, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the anahata, love, relationships, and self-acceptance. This is our ability to love. It is located at the center of the chest, just above the heart. It's the most emotional issues, love, joy, inner peace. And our physical association is the heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. And then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha, self-expression, our ability to communicate. It's located in the throat. Emotional issues are our communication, self-expression of feelings, the truth. Physical association of the thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. Third eye chakra, indigo wheel of light, ajna, intuition, sense of purpose, direction in life. It's our ability to focus on and see the big picture. Do you see the trees, or just the forest, or neither, or both? The location is the forehead between the eyes, also called the brow chakra. Emotional issues are intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions, physical association, pituitary gland, eyes, sinuses. And then we move to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, connection to the divine. This is our highest chakra, violet wheel of light. It's our ability to be fully connected spiritually. It's at the very top of our heads. Emotional issues are inner and outer beauty, our connection to spirituality, pure bliss, our physical association, pineal gland, brain, nervous system. Now we have brought, along with the God Force energy, our divine positive energy, our breath, all the way up to the top of our heads, at the crown chakra. Now we hold it briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, we condense and compress into pure liquid energy, omnipotently powerful, divine perfection. And we release it over the pineal gland. The pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these physical forms. It is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It is the gateway to pure consciousness, the God, and beyond. So in your heart, minds, motion pictures, as you're the director, the producer, the creator, the color, the color mixer, everything, you can see the pineal gland any way you want. I look at it as a rosebud, green ball. And when I release this pure liquid energy over it, it immediately blossoms full bloom into a vibrant, radiating rose with a beautiful fragrance with multicolored petals. You see it as it brings out waves of peace and tranquility and benevolence. And it opens all the gates. Everything and everything and nothing, opens everything. So you can be everywhere and nowhere. We're all consciously aware that we are of and from the highest, of deepest, eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, eternal gratitude. We're also consciously aware that we are one. The heart, mind, the soul, the spirit, the higher self, the God, the pure consciousness, our bodies, all one. So every step we take on this planet, we are heaven on earth. And everywhere we go, we spread paradise. We have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. We have the ascended masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, Salmoria, Abundantia, Pel, and Thought, many, many, many more. Now, both of these reflections of all of us, back and forth, are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Archangels is a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. But we do interact with them a lot. It's just that we don't know it. Many don't know it at all. Some of us know it, but only after the fact. And it is always bliss. Thousands can surround any one of us at any one time due to the fact that their vibrational frequency allows them to house a large number in a small space. And that is bliss. The ascended masters are those who have mastered ascension out of physical form and have moved into pure consciousness, God form, consciously, and hold that. We are those who have ascended into body physical form so we can master creating experiences for ourselves so that we can perfect our creation. And all of us are one. We're all reflections of each other, different aspects, different facets. So we're compelled to call upon all of the other reflections of us. All the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light. And they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe. They come in the trillions, and they are with us now. We call upon all of the species and civilizations of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions. They are with us now. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them, a fraction, and we're only barely familiar. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. And the ones that we're barely familiar with includes all of their species and levels in each civilization. Also, all the good, all the not so good, and all the bad. And we have the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli. We have the Greys, the Nords. We have the Draco, the Reptilian. We have the Golden Pyramid, the Avian. Many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended without a body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. We're only familiar with a fraction of them, and barely at that. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light. They come in color, shapes, sizes, forms, configurations of which we have not seen before. And the ones that we're vaguely familiar with, fairies, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they are with us now. They come in the trillions. We're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand. Our gods are one. We're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all love. And we're all God, pure consciousness. And our God force energy, the light of all creation, is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We all form a magnificent circle of light. It is brilliant and radiant. It is the God within us. It is the pure consciousness. It is the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love. This circle of light is so bright it grays out the darkness of space. It would take 1,000 billion suns in this solar system to even come close to its brilliance. It saturates and floods all of our brothers and sisters on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Eternally, perpetually, lifting their very existence and vibrational frequencies, opening up their core being to finally they can embrace with clear consciousness. This is a complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. It is ongoing. It is eternal. We begin to levitate above the planet. As we do this, we're met with a gossamer field as far as you can see and feel of trillions of vibrant, multicolored lights flashing and flickering everywhere. It's like a massive ocean of glitter. And these are little mirrors reflecting all of us gathered here for this meditation and the liberation of this planet. It floods everything and everything and nothing and nothing. And we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael, And this is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are the power of healing. We're then met with the violet, blue, purple, flaming light of Archangel Michael. And this is a column that reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are imbued head to toe, inside and out, 24/7, eternally, with a white fire armor. The light of our pure consciousness, our very existence, that which made us. And any external power, anything externally, cannot affect it, cannot move it, cannot cause it harm. We are protected 24/7. But only you have the power that if you consciously or unconsciously lower your vibrational frequency low enough into greed, manipulation, dishonesty, anger, hatred, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so that all of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies will come flooding in. If you do this, you are immediately met with purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance. We send them to pure consciousness where they are vanished. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, restoring our harmony, our vibrational frequency, sealing the breach, balancing our love light energy into the gods and pure consciousness once again that we are. We were then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are the sunsets, the sunrises. We are the rain. We are the rainbows. We are the sunlight. We are the sun. We're the air. We're the sky. We're all the animals. We're all the waterways, the soils, the trees, the forests. We are everything and everything, yet nothing and nothing. Some of us, as we continue to ascend above the planet, step outside of our physical form and just float effortlessly above them. We are immediately met with this massive crystalline tower. We created this tower. We see inside of it this massive oblong sphere, and housed within it, in the center, is this beautiful, vibrant, golden white light that is sending out soft mists of deep eternal love, flooding and saturating and bathing each and every one of us eternally, perpetually. And surrounding it are multi-bands of beautiful, vibrant colors. These are sending out the frequencies that bathe and flood and shower us with abundance, with gratitude, with gentleness, with kindness, with generosity and humbleness, with prosperity, abundance, wealth, riches, health, good health, tranquility and benevolence, beautiful waves embracing us and saturating us. At the top of this column, this crystalline light tower that we've created, is the golden ocean. And we designed it so it can come cascading down perpetually, 24/7, 360 degrees, as it does, and floods all of us, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, on us, in us, above us, and below us. This is pure, deep, eternal love. All of us are drops of that golden ocean. We hold the essence of that ocean. And that ocean is the drops, and the drops are the ocean. We see our meditative sphere. It said center circle. We created this meditative sphere well over 2 years ago. It holds well over 1,000 of our highest of the highest high vibrational frequency meditations from all of us from everywhere and everywhere, everything and everything, nothing and nothing, all with the genuine, deep, eternal love intent to liberate this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, and all of the civilization on it, in it, above and below it, into the highest of the highest high frequencies, beginning with 5. So all of these meditations, every day, once in a while, more than once a day. This is why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand, flooding all of us. Seal this in your motion picture in your heart minds. Feel shift. Feel your shift. The frequencies that continually to increase in deep eternal love and gratitude within each and every single one of us. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. goes. Take about 15 minutes during the course of your day, evening, night, and morning. Hold an intention to move down out of your head and relax into your heart. Your head will be sneaky and try to take over many, many, many times. Yet, just bring your energy into your heart space. Imagine your heart as your favorite flower opening its petals up to the great sun. Feel the light entering your heart. It is melting any walls you have inside around feeling loved. Now pick one person in your past who you are not 100% at peace with. Let these warm walls around your heart melt away and merge with the heart of that person too. Feel the sunlight is also inside their heart. Let go of whatever the mind judges about them. The goal is to be 100% at peace with this person for the rest of your life. And when you can do this successfully with one person, do it with everyone from your past. Take this on as an invitation to be at peace with everyone on this planet, in the past, in the future, and the now. Practice this and imagine how that will be. Take this with you for the rest of the day, evening, night, and in the following morning. And we will be back here October 31st, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided.